To be honest with you, for the first couple of months really, I was just sort of in shock because all my work disappeared. So at first, my immediate thing was to sort that out. How am I going to live? How am I going to pay the rent? And then I decided, it was really lovely, I decided to join some online poetry workshops which pepped me up. Every day I meditate, I write my morning pages. I've tried to keep up with my routine as an artist that I have anyway, because to be a writer or any kind of artist, it's like being an athlete really. You do have to work on it. So doing all that background, and then because I've had a bit more time to do that, I've been able to reflect more.
So I tend to stay creative during lockdown by just journaling and then seeing what comes out of that. If there's any like sentences I can sort of begin to like form into a poem. I've not really been doing much trying to make whole new work or anything, just because I think it's alright to sort of take the time to not be creating for capital at the moment, to just be making for yourself and for survival, which is why I make work anyway, so yeah.
I stayed creative during lockdown by writing other stuff, to be honest. Poetry wasn't the first thing that came out of what I was doing, because usually, as far as I see poetry, it's quite angular. There's a lot of, we do a twist on a thing, and I feel like every twist for the corona has been seen publicly by everyone, and everyone's lived it and everyone's done it. I've written some monologue stuff. Did a monologue in rapid response to the Boris Johnson speech called Dead Alert, which was put out by Rapid Reel on Twitter, which was like a 2 to 3 minute monologue situation. And I've just kept writing and ticking it over, to be honest. But and I'm writing a TV script at the minute. But you know, in between all the drama of being in the middle of a pandemic and trying to get out of bed.
I've been staying creative through lockdown by sending and sharing prompts with friends. So each day we send each other a little prompt to write from that. And that's been really great to stay in touch with people, but also so that you get a head start into thinking through something.
So I try to stay creative during lockdown. There's a few ways. So I'm always, listening to music, playing video games, and also I'm running creative writing workshops on Tuesday nights. Which, even if I'm not feeling creative, usually the amount of enthusiasm that the guys and girls that I'm teaching bring, they make me want to go and create as soon as I've done it, man. Like, or even for example, this event now. I always say the best poetry makes you want to go home and practice your own craft. So when you listen to a rapper who's really good, you think, I wish that I wrote that line. It just makes you want to do better.
How do you stay creative during lockdown? I've not found it too bad, to be honest. I'm in a privileged position in many ways. You got a nice house and a garden, and I've enjoyed this time. But I get up early and I sit in the chair before I have any other distractions, and I've found 4 or 5 poems that I'm proud of that are important to me have come out of me. Picking up on the choose love thing that I've been talking about in my set today, that keeps coming back to me as the answer to the questions that I pose myself, and thankfully, touch wood, my creativity is one thing that's stayed intact in these crazy times.
How do I stay creative during quarantine? Okay, so I look at my creativity as it's a muscle. And when I'm in a place where, I'm not able to use it to the full extent that I would be able to use it to, it's kind of like taking that pressure to go all out like you would in the gym with all the weights and stuff, taking all of that pressure away from myself, kind of makes it easier to just, do 1 and 2 push-ups or go for a little afternoon stroll and whatnot. So the same way I exercise my body, even though I'm not banging out weights at the gym right now. I was trying to write loads and loads of stuff and I just couldn't finish any of them. And then when I went back to read them, I was like, oh, these feel finished. Like, they're only half poems, but they feel finished. Why do I want to keep going? Who told me I have to keep this going? Like, this is my poem. I can decide that it's done and it will just be done. And then to go from having, a bunch of loose bits of paper and none of them was a finished poem. Suddenly, all of them were finished poems. And that made me feel so accomplished, it made me feel so good, and it kind of encouraged me to do even more and go on another walk, you know what I mean? And do 10 more push-ups, or you know what I'm saying? So that's how I'd say I stay creative during quarantine. Push-ups is a metaphor, by the way. I'm not actually doing push-ups. I wish I would, I'm not.
I have no other option but to stay creative during lockdown because I have 3 children under the age of 7, so every single day I need to find fun ways to keep them entertained. To be honest, lockdown has stopped me from writing any sort of poetry or any sort of music or anything because I've been focusing on making sure my children are entertained, and then by the time they've gone to sleep, I just want to sleep myself or just have a glass of wine and that. But to be honest, the new thing that I've done was the first poem I've done tonight, but I wrote that off the top of my head when I was on stage. I've not got that written down, so I'm hoping that they've caught it somewhere.
To stay creative during lockdown, I have been doing all sorts. So the first week I bought a puzzle, like a round one, and just like stayed up overnight doing that. I've been cooking, I've been writing, I've been doing a lot of Vogue dancing. I've just been doing everything really, just drawing, just stuff that I haven't done in years or that I haven't done before. So I've just tried to make each day seem different.
So during lockdown, I've tried to stay creative in a number of ways. Firstly, I've been cooking loads, and I think what I've learned is that doing different types of creative things, whether that's cooking or playing with Lego, stimulates other parts of your creativity. So I've been doing things that I ordinarily don't have time to do, or really the desire to do necessarily. And it's been really fun kind of doing that. On top of that, I've got a really good network of friends and supporters who basically challenge me to be creative. So we'll meet up on Zoom and write once a week with the Inner Voice lot with, Keisha and Yusuf, etc. So we'll all write together, which gives me something to look forward to doing. And yeah, I'm consuming as much as I possibly can. So I'm watching lots of different things on Instagram, artists doing readings from home or bands doing their stuff wherever they are, which again is inspiring me to do new things really.